right? And listen, being an artist is a tough job.
Yes.
It is a tough job, right? It's like, gee, Monetti.
Like,
being
when
a
am I gonna
model
catch
is a
my
tough
break?
job. Yeah,
How many
tough.
more pictures do I have
Right.
to take?
Yeah, it's all of that. So, you know, hats off to that. You know, to be able to be on like that 24/7, it's not easy. You know, and but again, it's a contribution. Like the most successful artists to me are contributors.
And not those who just want to take all the time.
And the same thing with performances. You know, the greatest performers are really great contributors. Beyonce is a contribution when she's on the stage.
Exactly.
And then you look at other artists that aren't on her level, and look at this show. And I'm not even saying look at this show as in they sing better or not. Look at the contribution.
The package.
There's some artists are stingy. They're stingy. So, no, they're not going to be able to ever tour an arena. You're stingy. It is. If I have one pet peeve, it's that. Don't be stingy. Not on the stage. Rappers, don't be stingy. Really, like, because you will be in the club.
I hope y'all are listening.
You will be playing the club the rest of your career with your 50 dudes on the stage. It's selfish and it's stingy and it's corny. I mean, look at the artists that figured out that's not the route, and look where their careers are.
Exactly.
You know, and and I think it would do so much for the culture of hip hop for more rappers to figure that part out. Because here's a music that plays all over the world. It's no reason why like rappers aren't touring arenas.
No.
But you're not gonna get to do an arena with your 50
dudes
niggas on stage with you, and you know, with no sort of
substance.
None. So and you rapping to your man and the audience is out there.
Right.
And you want to know like why you still keep going to Joe's Pub for 20 racks.
Okay.
Because it's selfish and it's stingy, and it's not coming from a place of contribution. But you look at artists that figured that out, the Snoops and the Jays and the Eminems and this one and that one, da, 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 and they're like coming from a place of contribution. They get to be on that stage, and they leave it all there. They're not afraid to make the ugly face. They're not afraid to have the shirt a little messed up. It's a contribution.
It's all for the fans.
Absolutely.
So if you could give any advice to up and coming, you know, you've given so much already, what would be the one thing that you would tell up and coming aspiring artists, DJs, models, producers? What would be the one thing you would tell them to look out for or to be mindful of?
Be clear about your contribution and understand that you get to do this every day. Period. Get clear. Because if you're not clear, if someone isn't clear about that contribution, it will knock them off course every trip. And that's why you find, people always say, it's funny, right? You look at, you see artists that come out with their first album and then they do the interview with people like you or whatever, and they go, you know, our first album wasn't really us. You know, that wasn't us, you know what I'm saying? This time, we're gonna have more. What was you waiting for then?
Exactly.
And then you get the story like the record company, no, you signed up for it. And I'm not even saying that there aren't whack A&Rs, right? We all know the whole, but like you signed up for it too.
Exactly.
Be clear, you signed up for it too. And that's like, be accountable for that. Be accountable. You signed up for it too. Don't just put it off on. I always love that when I hear Trey, whenever he does interviews and they ask him about his earlier albums and this and that, and he like has no regrets.
And it's always been growth.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we were trying to figure this out. We had some records. It's like, and again, that's part of the culture that we have at KWL. Like, you know, who wants to have that story?
Yeah.
Because it's corny. You signed up for it. Don't put the blame on nobody. Oh, that first album was what it was, and keep it moving. But the fact that you hear them talk about it in that way shows to me that they're still like connected to that experience in a way that kind of stops the next album from being So I would say get clear about that. Get clear about the contribution, and go from there.
Yeah, because I heard you say one time that if you go into these record labels, that's all fine and good, but go in there and know what you want out of it. Don't go in there and let them tell you, oh, you sound like Redman, so we're gonna, put you on like that, and then the next album it's like, okay, what are we gonna do now? Because that's old. That didn't work.
Yeah, because listen, nothing will serve you greater than your own truth. So you can go into this record company and get a record deal, and you just want to do what you want to do because you feel like you don't want to get dropped, or you're afraid of the label, or you listen, I get that, but that's part of the experience. And now, especially nowadays, because you could go in the studio with the A&R today and go home tomorrow and make the record you really want to make.
Exactly.
And put it out. And then it'd be hot. Right, and they're like, they'll be like calling you the next day, not realizing you was on the label.
Right. So, like, who are you again?
Right.
What number were you?
Right. So, to me, there's no reason not to express that. What's true for you.
How do you feel about